So there's a very upsetting video that's came out of Kenya, and a Chinese supervisor and what he done to a young Kenyan worker that is a waiter. So there's a video that has been released that a person recorded of a Chinese man beating a young Kenyan man. And you know the reason why he beat him? He has this stick and he beat him because he showed up late to work. Now there's a video that came out of this. Now I'm gonna show at least what I can with this because, you know, due to YouTube rules, I'll show it led up to, you know, the situation. I'm not gonna show the actual strike, but I'll show just what I can with this situation. Let's roll that short clip.
Faster, no beat, then no beat. Okay? Hit once, no beat. Okay, go. Here. Yes, move.
So that video, which is very upsetting to me, happened last week at this restaurant called Chez Wou. And it was captured by, they say, an insider, and so who had enough of the brutality being put on workers by the untouchable boss. So the man, the Chinese, is the head chef of the hotel located in the posh Kileleshwa neighborhood, using a whip to punish a youthful waiter. So in the video, the young man was pleading with the Chinese man to lash him in quick succession so it doesn't hurt him as bad. Now, I want to stop right there, but let me keep going so we can talk about the facts of this before I really go in. So he says that the Chinese man is heard asking a waiter to reveal which part of his body he preferred whipped, you know, like some slavery, right? And say after much preparation, this is coming from K24, we're reading, and I was actually on K24 last time I was in Nairobi. The Chinese man hit him in the rib area, and he had received 2 strokes that day. And say after twisting and turning, after being lashed with this stick, it said the waiter lay on the ground to receive the final stroke that landed on his buttocks, at this time on the ground. It's just very upsetting reading this. It's very upsetting reading this. So after he being beaten like this at work because he showed up to work late, he go back with his, you know, fellow workers. Now, the people say that he walks around, the Chinese man, carrying a whip. He used it to discipline them. He said when he goes home, he locks it in the store. A worker told K24. It says Simon Oseko, it say a former worker at Chez Wou restaurant who was a victim of the assault caught on tape, told them that he endured the beastly treatment for 6 months. So that wasn't the only time he was beaten. And at the time at the eatery, he came to a premature end recently when he was sacked. Okay? So he was fired. It said the lead chef sends fear waves among the junior workers to the extent that the staffers fear speaking publicly about their ordeals lest they lose their jobs. You know what? It made me want to go over there and get a job there. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to show up to work late. And I'm like, I wish he would. Oh, I wish he would. I mean, you can imagine us doing that, brothers and sisters, say, you know what? I'm going to go to that restaurant and get a job. I'm here about a month. Let me get a job. I'm waiting for him to pick up that stick. Matter of fact, I'm going to pop him in his mouth. I'm going to take that stick and I'm going to wear him out like for our ancestors. I'm going to wear him out. I'm going to wear him out like the old people till I get tired, till my arm hurt, till I can't even lift my arm no more. That's how much I wear him out. I'll wear him out for everybody. Because you know what? They pull that mess when they come into African nations. This is what they pulling. See, they try with the right one. And let me tell you something to my brothers and sisters in Kenya. Why do you allow that? I know some of you brothers and sisters need work. I get it. I get it 100%. But you don't endure abuse. you'll endure that kind of treatment. And it's not the first time Chinese have been doing this to Kenyans. My thing is, you need to teach them some respect. You teach them some respect by the way they're dealing with you. If he picking up a stick, you pick up whatever you got to and handle that. That's assault. He shouldn't be putting his hands on you for no job. And you're afraid to speak out because you're going to lose the job. He should be deported. Matter of fact, y'all need to put him on a plane and send him and drop him off in the middle of Wuhan. That's where he belongs. Put him in Wuhan and let him beat them over there. Let him go start a restaurant in Wuhan. Go do that. The diaspora needs to come back to the continent, because I've seen this by being over there. Some of y'all allow these other groups to get away with a lot and y'all passive. See, when other groups saw me twice already in 2 different countries, they feel that energy coming off of me, and when they look at me, they look away and they know, oh, he ain't one of the local people here. They know that. Same thing when I was in Kibera, seeing 2 Beckys out there taking pictures of poor people. And the moment I looked at them, they had to look like a shock, and they put them phones down. The thing is, the energy that Black Americans have needs to be on the continent. And I know some of y'all on the continent, them Black Americans, they kind of rowdy sometime, and they have a hate for white people. No, nobody hate anybody. But the fact is, you're not gonna come into my house, because Africa is my house, is how I look at it, and be disrespectful. Just like I can't go to China and disrespect them. Do you think Kenyans could go start a restaurant in China, and if the workers show up late, you can start beating them with a stick? Hell no, you can't beat them. Man, they'll put you underneath the jail for doing that. So why are you allowing them to come into your country, put hands on you? They left their whole country to come to your country talking about they need a better life, right? Well, if you come here for a quote unquote better life or business opportunity, well then you're gonna respect the people in Kenya and you're gonna fly right. And you guys gotta make them do so. Now let me tell you how bad it is too. Money doesn't worth your self-respect. The same guy that was being beaten, at times when he needed shillings, he would ask for 100 shillings, and the guy say, okay, I'll give you an extra shillings. I'll give you 100 shillings per lick. Basically, for every lick, I'm gonna give you $1 in American money. I'm gonna give you $1. So I'm gonna hit you with a stick for $1 twice, give you $2. Now, would you allow somebody to hit you with a stick for $2? But that's how certain situations are in certain people in different African nations at times. It's economics. Then the Chinese dude contacted a reporter from K24 and said, hey, if you don't publish that story, then I'll give you 20,000 shillings, or I'll give you $200 if you don't publish that story. You crazy as hell. Publish it, and everything else need to go along with it with you. Then this is Chinese dude told the reporter, drop the story of that boy, and I'll give you 20,000 shillings for lunch. Only think about me and not him. Now, they did a report at the police station with the authorities saying they're investigating the matter. And since then, they made the report they need to make with the police and see what they're going to do. But we have seen before when people in the diaspora get wind of these stories and we start speaking on them and start saying, hey, Kenyan police, you going to deport him? He needs to be deported. We've seen things happen before. There are many Kenyans that watch the show as well. Some of you may not even knew this going on. Maybe you already know, but you guys need to make every person that come into your country, especially these foreigners, respect you. See, I have no problem coming over there with you brothers and sisters and tell you what the code needs to be. Trust me, I would be more turned up about you in your country at times I can't be here, because we are limited at times what we can do at times. Unless we completely come together as one, then there's nothing we can't do. But when it comes to these people coming to your country, whether the Chinese or these British or Americans or whoever, I'm talking about white folks come in, treat you any kind of way, because I've seen that too. You guys got to set it right. You have to set it right. This is why they don't want us in Africa. This is why right here. Because they know that's going to come to an end when we show up. They already know that's coming to an end. Why do you think they have so much propaganda to get Black Americans don't even want to go? have black Americans fearful, have black Americans thinking everything is a scam when they being scammed every day in America. A lot of things that happens to us is a scam. For instance, you own a home, but you're still paying taxes on it. That's scamming. But in Africa, you own your home, you pay nothing. You own a car, but you got to pay a registration every year. It's your car. Why you got to pay for a registration every year? I mean, it's a lot of things that we don't look at in this country, how we quote unquote being scammed, and we don't have no control of the money. No, they don't want us to go over there. They don't. Because when we show up, that's done. The finessing is done. The pedophilia is done. The abuse is done. That's why they don't want us there. That's why. And I'm telling them this, you're not keeping me away because I ain't afraid to go over there. I'm not like some people here. I'm going. And if I show up, you better not pick up your hand to put your hands on any Kenyan or any other place I'm at. You better not, because this is going to be a problem real quick. How dare you come over there and try to pick up your hand because he late to work? And the only thing you could do to him for that is fire him. But you'll be beating on nobody. See, you know, the brothers and sisters need to go shut him down. And I advocate for that because you guys have the stroke to do it. Go over there, shut that guy down, get him out that job, and deport him to Wuhan. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the story out of Kenya. Very, very upsetting. But this is why brothers and sisters will be on the continent, because all that you're doing, that's coming to an end.